Alright, I'm getting ready to speak my truth. So YouTube and ad blocks, there may not be a single more relevant duo today. You probably have one on right now watching your favorite huge channels such as myself, but with the cesspool that the modern internet is today, lots of people use ad blocks, not just for YouTube but for everything. It's like your trusty sidekick, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen this image recently. It's been popping up here and there for the past few years because of targeted rollouts. You ever wonder where you'll be in 5 years? You'll probably be getting this message. But it seems a lot of users have been getting it recently because I've seen it in quite a few places. And I wanted to make this video because I think it's a little bit absurd what's going on. I just don't think that this is something that anyone can be upset about. I know, hold on to your seats. Most controversial take of your entire life. This video may get banned. Now, I don't want to sound preachy like YouTube can do no wrong. That's not the point of this video. They have a lot of problems just like any site online these days. Some more than others. But at a certain point, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror. You gotta look at both sides objectively and realize that you're not the perfect person that your grandma said you were. Oh, you're so handsome, I bet you get all the girls chasing after you at school. Like, grandma, come on. I like men. Okay, no, but this is a really dumb thing to complain about. I especially thought this post was funny. Like, saying that it's a billion-dollar company somehow means they shouldn't try to, stop you from cheating their advertisers. And I get it, I really do. We all hate ads, I agree. We have all been there. When I see an ad half the time, I honestly feel like shutting off the video because I almost just lose interest entirely. But I can acknowledge that that's just me being annoyed by them. And what they're doing here isn't absurd. There's a balance, like everything. If YouTube added 5 ads to the start of a video, you wouldn't see me making this video. That would be wrong in my opinion. But to try and stop people from getting around them is totally justified. As much as, again, I hate ads, the reality is that YouTube wouldn't exist without ads. And people are really entitled. There are a lot of double standards with people like this. These are the kinds of people who would complain that their YouTube videos aren't making money or they don't have a good CPM, and they'd probably blame YouTube, yet they'd be using ad blocks the same way. They'd be saying, oh, please just shut off your ad block for me when you watch my videos. I always thought it was funny when I heard creators say that, but obviously that's the kind of self-entitlement that people complaining about this have. Now, I don't think YouTube is ever going to 100% stop people from avoiding ads because there will always be another way. It's like Tom and Jerry, a game of cat and mouse. But can we seriously get mad at them for trying? It's hard to draw a comparison because this sort of stuff is kind of a niche thing on the internet. I think the closest thing would be when Netflix was cracking down on people sharing their passwords with others so that essentially a lot of people couldn't get Netflix for free anymore. Like, I don't know if that or ad blocks is classified as stealing exactly. I don't really know if that's a fair comparison, but it is finessing the system, and most of us do it if we can. And when it comes to YouTube, the company as well as your favorite creators that you love dearly, such as myself, are losing money. Well, actually, I'm not sure how much because I'm not partnered, so it doesn't really affect me, but I still love all you 62 subscribers. Obviously, you guys are the best. I bet you all did have the girls chasing after you in school. Your grandmothers were right. When Netflix stopped this account sharing stuff from happening, yeah, it sucked, but you understand that it's literally them trying to not lose money in a competitive field. Now, there is something to say about the quality of ads. Half the ads I see on YouTube are either some kind of scam, some suggestive baiting advertisements. Keep in mind that kids could see this stuff, or some quote-unquote doctor advertising how to lose 1,000 grams of fat in 10 seconds, and the answer will shock you. I do think that YouTube needs to hold some sort of standard for advertising. Of course, they already have one, but I do think it needs to be refined because a lot of this stuff probably shouldn't be shown on here. It really is ironic how advertisers don't want to advertise when you say a bad word, but will have the most god-awful advertisement ready. Like, oh, sorry, you said a swear. I refuse to advertise my weight loss scam here. How dare you? How could you be so wrong to say HE double hockey stick? Now you're gonna regret it, buddy. Now your audience isn't gonna learn the 5 secret foods that will shock you on how to lose pounds overnight. Did I mention it's gonna shock you? Basically, what I'm saying is all ads should be like Flying Gorilla from his new game, Flying Gorilla.
If you're Patrick, then who's that?
Hey guys, it's me, Flying Gorilla, from my new app on the App Store, Flying Gorilla. It's a free download, so I hope you check it out, and I hope
But really, like anything, there are two sides. People complain about this stuff, but they don't want to buy premium. They just want a perfect platform where there's no sort of inconvenience at all, and they can keep pumping their brains full of dopamine so that they don't have a chance to form a single thought. But that's just not going to happen without something from you. The people who complain about this stuff don't want to see ads. They don't want to buy premium. They don't want to pay anything. They just want YouTube to give them even better content while making losses every year, I guess. And then inevitably, YouTube would just push ads more or make premium more expensive, and then they'd be even more mad. So I just don't get it, man. You could watch this video and say, I completely disagree with this guy and I hate him, frankly, and that would be fair. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. I hate ads, I really do. If every ad disappeared from the world right now, I think you and I would be pretty happy at a surface level. But you know what would also disappear? A lot of things we enjoy, like YouTube and Twitch and so much more. Because the reality is, these companies wouldn't exist without ads, and really they're not that big of a deal. We're just pretty spoiled. I mean, come on, we can admit that. You are not gonna buy premium. No one is, let's be real. And I know it's kind of a running joke at this point that YouTube itself has actually acknowledged, so you might as well just power through the flying gorilla ad every once in a while. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. At the end of the day, YouTube is an incredible platform that a lot of us grew up on. We all love it, and this whole argument really reeks of entitlement and people just wanting everything but having to give nothing in return. Let me know your thoughts on this if you'd like. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.